Hi, my name is Cody Smith, and this is really an introductory video to a bunch of other videos that I'm uploading to YouTube. A lot of these I've made before and posted just on Facebook, but I wanted to get a collection together on YouTube. This is my 1964 Mercury Monterey convertible. And if you're not familiar with these cars, you might be familiar with the Galaxy, which was a lot more common. I think they built something like over 1 million Galaxies and just over 100,000 of these cars. So they were much less common, very much less common today. But basically it is a Galaxy with a different body, different panels on it. So they don't reproduce any of these panels. Makes it very difficult to restore one of these, probably a big reason why you don't see them around as much. I run the 1964 Mercury full-size fans Facebook group. So if you are a fan of these cars or the Galaxy, a lot of good information, parts, things like that posted there. Please join that group. We have over 300 members now, and it's growing considerably. So this being a Mercury, I love the style of these cars. I had a 1962 Galaxy and a 1963 Thunderbird before, and really, if I move over, you can see this is sort of a combination of the two. It's the body of the Galaxy, the size of the Galaxy, with this feature on the front, and the stainless goes all the way down the side, just like the 1961 to 63 Thunderbirds had. I really love the style of this. Has some Lincoln elements, the two headlights and the grille. Really a stylish car. I was looking all over for one of these. I was looking for a Marauder, which was the 2-door or 4-door, but I wanted the 2-door, fastback, hardtop. Came across this convertible at a great price, needed some work, which I'm fine with doing, and I love this car. Now, being a Mercury, it is an upper scale Galaxy. The Mercury was a little nicer line. So the base engine in these cars was a 390. With a Galaxy, you could get a 223 mileage maker, a 289 small block, a 352. They skipped over all of those, went right to the 390 for the base engine. Now, there were 5 different 390s you could get in this. There was a 9 code low compression, a Y code 2-barrel low compression, which is what this has, an H code, which was a little higher compression and a larger cam. Basically, it was the next engine, the Z code, which was a 300 horsepower 4-barrel. The H code was basically the same motor with a 2-barrel intake on it. And that was, I believe, only available in a Marauder with a 4-speed, oddly enough. Now, after the 300 horsepower Z code, there was a Police Interceptor 390 that made 330 horsepower, and that was a solid lifter, had shorty cast iron headers on it. And that one was kind of special because it was a high performance engine that you could still get power steering, power brakes, and air conditioning on, which would have been really nice, but actually very few were sold. It was one of the lowest selling engines. Now, if you went to the 427s, there were 2 of them, a single 4-barrel Q code or a 2 4-barrel R code, making up to 425 horsepower. With those, you could not get power steering, power brakes, or air conditioning, but you got a lot more power. Those were the high performance cars. Altogether, even though these were a fairly low production car, 100,000 a year, give or take, there were 23 different body codes you could get, comprising of Monterey, Montclair, Parklane, Commuter, or Colony Park. They were all 1964 full-size Mercuries, especially the Monterey, Montclair, and Parklane. Those were just trim options. But the 2 wagons were the lower trim Commuter or the wood-paneled higher trim Colony Park. With these, you could either get a 2-door breezeway sedan or hardtop. The breezeway had a back-cut rear glass that rolled up and down. I call it the smoker window. I think that was a reason that they had those. You could also get a 4-door sedan breezeway, a 2-door or 4-door Marauder which was the fastback hardtop. You could get a convertible, or in the Commuter and Colony Park wagons, there was a 6 or 9 passenger option. There are also 16 different paint choices, 34 different interior codes, 10 rear end options ranging from 3.0 to 1 to 4 11s, and either an open or limited slip carrier. So 10 options there. And again, the 5 different 390s, 2 different 427s, and 4 different transmissions. You had one automatic, the Mercury 3-speed, or you could get a 3-speed manual, a 3-speed with overdrive, or a 4-speed. Now the 427s were only available with that 4-speed. It was the only transmission Ford felt could handle the power of the 427. Altogether, in 1964, Mercury built 109,495 full-size cars, including the wagons. Just in the different body and paint combinations that you could get, if you calculate out the 23 and 16 for combinations, 245,000 combinations. And once you add in the interior trim codes, rear ends, engines, all those combinations, it would be beyond billions. So there was no reason why any 2 of these Mercury should have ever come out the same. You could have had your own unique car, and if you have one of these, there's a fairly good chance that you do have a unique car. Next, I'm going to look at the VIN and data plaque on this one to show what the numbers mean specifically for this car. You can go look up information for your own car, but it shows you what the numbers do mean. And here is the data plate. This one's a terrible example as it's very worn, but we can still get the information that we need. This is the body. It is a Monterey convertible, 76A would denote that. This Y here is not the engine, that's the Y in the VIN. This Y is the paint code, which on this car is Glacier Blue. The trim 70, everywhere I've looked, this trim code is not there, meaning maybe this one's a little rare. It is a white vinyl, a black dash, and black carpet. I think it looks pretty darn good. The date here, 22D, means a 22nd day of April, which would be a late production date. That's also reinforced by the VIN. This is the 40,906th Monterey that was produced in 1964, and they only built 42,587, so a very late production date. Next, the DSO says that this was delivered to the Philadelphia area. The prior owner of this car said that it came from Pennsylvania, so that matches up. Then axle 1, which is the 3.0 to 1 9-inch rear end with an open differential. If this had a limited slip, this would be a letter instead. And trans 4 is the Mercury 3-speed automatic. Other information that you can get out of the VIN is for 1964 W Wayne Assembly Plant. 45 again denotes that this is a Monterey convertible. And there's the Y for the engine code, the 390 2-barrel lower compression. The 5, all the numbers start with 5. So that's, every car is going to have that one. So in this car, I've already done Phytech fuel injection, new 4-barrel intake required when I put that Phytech on there, new carpet, some other work in the interior, a new top. I had to do a new convertible hydraulic cylinder and hoses as those were leaking for the convertible top. Rebuilt almost all the front suspension and steering in the car, and a few just detail items, tires, the little trim around the wheel, painted that, and hopefully a lot more in the future as budget and time allow.